Hi guys, today I'm making a little presentation on general information on the nematodes. So nematodes are roundworms, and a good amount of my information that I've used for these videos I've found from the PowerPoint made down here by Abisha. Oops. So if it doesn't explicitly say anything, then it's probably sourced from that. So like I said, we're doing a little general information. From now on in the PowerPoint, we're gonna focus on fish because that's what I'm interested in. So we stated in our first section PowerPoint that nematodes are extremely adaptable. So they can be found from pretty much in any environment, anywhere on the earth. But with the focus on fish, we're going to be discussing in relevance to saltwater and freshwater. So salinity it can be pretty intense. So you can't just take a freshwater fish, and dump it in the salt water like the ocean. So you can't take a fish from a stream and dump it in the ocean. It's not going to work. The fish will die, and vice versa. There are some cool fish that, like trout, can go from freshwater to the ocean and then back to freshwater, or there's some eels that go from saltwater to freshwater to saltwater. So if you don't like that, go right ahead. But we're looking at nematodes. So nematodes, super adaptable. Not only can they be found in these extremely different environments, but they can be found in almost any part of the fish. So this is in reference to like a lot of parasitic roundworms. So there's pretty much a parasite for almost every muscle organ of most fish. And so these parasites can be found on the fins. They can be found in the gills. They can be found in the muscle tissue. But there is a huge focus and concentration on a lot of these parasites being found in the intestines of fish. So here I'll discuss a little bit of basic anatomy. I'll have a morphology section later on. So pretty much you need to know is that these are long creatures. So even though they can be, as previously stated, really small or really, really big, in general, their features is that they're very long in structure, and like slender. And so they also have a cylindrical cross section, so this makes them tube shape. And also, when I was researching other stuff, I found this quote that says, "The first animals to evolve a complete digestive tract with a mouth and anus." That's great. This means that they're not sucking in food and spitting it back out the same hole. So that's a fun um, uh, evolvement. I'm glad that we're not still doing that. um, Also, some more taxonomy based on a bishop. So previously we looked at this figure, and in this figure we discussed where the nematodes are. They're over here in this phylum, and then for our personal reference, chordates over here. And their first big difference is based on their cecum or pseudocecum. If you want to know more about that, look at the previous video. But here we will discuss more on the taxonomy. So here is the phylum Nematoda, as shown in the previous figure. And then this figure shows us that there's two main classes. So Anodifera. So this is primarily the free living nematodes. So they don't need a host. They can just exist, swim around, or do whatever the little roundwormies need to do to be there. And then there is this other one, which is Cesarnentia, and these are the parasitic worms. So there's going to be more of a focus on these ones. This chart is a little bit out of date in terms of order of these of these parasites. This chart is from 1998, I believe. Abisha has more of an up-to-date one, but it's not as prettily organized. So I like the visual organization of this. I've also found that in a lot of my parasite research, fish parasite research, a lot of parasites get classified, then reclassified, and or maybe they have subclasses that are then created. So a lot of these like smaller branchings tend to be changing a little bit more actively. So whatever parasite or whatever organism you're looking into, make sure you use an up-to-date chart, but it's probably going to change within 10 years anyway, so we do the best we can. And that's it for today. It's a really short video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for the next nematode lesson.